What is going on, guys? AEW Fight Forever again. Now, I'm giving you kind of a partial review. I'm not completely used to these controls yet. I've played matches, but I'm just giving you some input for people who don't know if they want to get this game or not. This video should help you a little bit. Rather than that, you should get the game. There's going to be a lot of talking points here. We're going to start with customization. If you're real big on character customization, and that's kind of your main drive, I'm really big on create a wrestler, create a character in any game, whether it be a wrestling game, sports game, whatever. That's like a must for me. And I will tell you, if you're concerned about create a wrestler, you don't need to be in any rush to get this game if that's really your biggest driving point, because this game doesn't have a whole lot to offer you on create a wrestler, but they are going to be adding parts to this game, okay? They're going to be adding a lot of parts as they go. I'm sure not long from now, they're going to have more stuff in this game. As you can see, these are just the shirts, right? You know, and we all know the graphics and the details look different than WWE 2K. We get it. You know, it's not the same. It's a different. Really, it's really a different identity to the game. You know, it's not even really. They're not even reaching for the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're more reaching for that exciting gameplay. The characters in this game look enough like their real life counterparts. They definitely look good enough. Obviously, you know, but now your created player, like I said, there's not a whole lot to offer. Like these T-shirts right here, these are a lot of shirts for um for what the other stuff that they offer. Like as you can see, you can't even wear a T-shirt in the match. That's not even an option. You could wear bodysuits. These are all you got here. Some of them you got to unlock. I could buy this stuff easily if I wanted it. You know, this right here is like a football uniform, and you can't really add you can't add numbers and stuff to these clothes. That's very unfortunate. I'm wondering if they're going to add something like that. I don't know if they are. They very well might. Got this working bodysuit here. But my main point here is I'm just basically talking about how they don't offer you too much on Creator Wrestler. They honestly just don't right now. But like I said, this stuff is going to change. Now, what I really hope changes is I hope they do something about the amount of faces. You know, I would really like. I don't even know why they have a favorite list because there's only 8 of these anyway. So it's like, why would you break it down to favorites? You know, it's easy to just go through and find these faces. But I'm thinking the reason they have that there is because they're just going to add a lot more, and I think they will. I'm really believe they're going to add a lot of faces. I think they're going to add a lot of everything. Now, are they going to add more body types? I don't know about that. I really hope they do. These they're probably covering all the main body parts, but you know they're body types. You know they're kind of missing that really slim look. But I can tell you, if you want that look, this is the best thing to do. Get rid of all the fat and get rid of all the muscle. And that's still not real thin, but his legs are very thin. But you know, on the flip side of that, there's not a lot of wrestlers that are gonna be that small anyway. But that you're gonna want to create that skinny anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And you could be as short as 5'2". I covered this information in another video. So yes, it depends on what you're looking for. If this game is something you need to hurry and get, because your creative wrestler is not going to offer you too much at this time. And I think a lot of people already realize that. Like it's kind of like been something that so many people have already talked about that. So we're going to do a one-on-one match, and I'm just going to let you know right now, I'm still not super familiar with the controls. Now, you can edit the controls in this game, so you can customize the controls. And matter of fact, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I'm gonna show you, because if there's something about the controls that's bothering you, like something just doesn't feel right, you want something different, You can do that. You can't do whatever you want with the controls, but you can definitely edit the controls. I'm gonna be Brian Cage. That's what I'm gonna be. And we're gonna face. I'm not gonna face Moxley. I just can't. He's too tough for me. I'm not at that level where I can beat a guy like that. So we're not gonna. I'm not gonna take on a woman. And another side note is your created wrestlers are not ready for these. Once you create a wrestler, I created two. You're not ready to face these wrestlers in an exhibition match. You need to do a career mode with them and get them some attributes because you can't really put attributes on them the way you want to, like in WWE 2K23. That's a key right there. Those creative wrestlers are not ready for, exhibition matches right out the gate. They're not going to do very well because they just don't have it. They're just not built for it yet. Okay, so let's get into this here. Oh, I was going to talk about custom controls. You go here, customize controls. Now, as you can see, I customized my controls because the grapple was triangle. And I use, in WWE 2K23, grapple is circle. And counter is triangle. That's why I have that. But I didn't worry about the rest of them. The rest are close enough. I think I did change R2 to run. I moved some stuff around a little bit just to make myself more comfortable with the controls. So keep that in mind. You can mess with those controls if you want, and they will save your custom control that you had. So we're going to get into it. So basically, I felt like if I could use circle as grapple and triangle as counter, I can already do something with this match in this game. And I'm not going to look at the entrances because of the music. So we're going to get going here. We're going to be talking through this. And I hit triangle. That made me get that really good. I haven't been able to lock up any submissions or anything like that. Oh man, that's a nice move. I like that. And you're not gonna have a hard time getting moves off. You know what I mean? But I've gotten beat in this game, caught off guard, didn't kick out when I thought when I thought I should have. And they have kind of a button mashing system, and you're gonna notice that what wrestler you use is gonna make a big difference. Just like any other game. What I'm saying is as far as what type of upper hand you'll have in the match. If you just want to practice and you just want to get good at the game, you can kind of create a wrestler that you want to beat up on, and that's going to help you because the created wrestlers don't have any strength really, so they'll be easier to beat. Get yourself used to it. Every wrestler's going to have a record in this game, and it's based on how many times they lost in your version of the game. Because in AEW, everybody has records. In this game here, they have them too. Let's see if we can't do a submission hold here. Go ahead and lock him up. And the game is definitely fun. If you're real big on WWE 2K23, which I am, I like that game a lot. That game is kind of some people don't like it, some people do. But it's definitely a good game for me. But it's not necessarily that you have to choose one or the other. That's the thing. The experiences are different. And I will tell you, it's like comparing MLB The Show to Super Mega Baseball. They're different experiences, and they're kind of reaching a different way. They're kind of reaching their audience in a different way. What they're doing to get you to like the game is just a different experience. This has that arcade pace to it. And as you can see, I'm not having a hard time at all in this match. Because of who I'm wrestling against. I guess Brian Cage is probably significantly better than Jungle Boy, I guess. I haven't really looked at these players' attributes really. But for those of you that are still on the fence, this video is more for you. Like, and I'm gonna do some career moding. Like, I'll be honest, I don't even really know these controls that well, and I'm still enjoying the game, you know? I'm still able to play the game. Now it's time for me to do my finisher. Oh, now it's time for me to do my special. And I like the way they show the replays. Those are really cool. And as you can see, I handled him pretty well. It was not a big deal. It was pretty much a one-sided match. It was nothing to it. And there's some matches where I just couldn't do that because of who I was using. And I will tell you, I'm not super familiar with the AEW roster. I don't watch AEW wrestling. I'm being honest, I don't watch it. I know some of these wrestlers, but you know, some of them are just kind of like obvious people that you know already. So let's get out of this match. You know, you have your Matt Hardy, Christian Cage, Brian Cage, Sting, you know, Moxley, Jericho. You have those guys that you know. I will tell you, the women on this roster, I'm not familiar with none of them. I just haven't watched AEW. I'm gonna start looking at a little bit of it, just so I think that will help me enjoy this game more if I get familiar with the wrestlers on the roster, so that I can like kind of get more immersed into the characters and have more fun playing it. Because in WWE 2K23, I only use creative wrestlers, but that's because the creative wrestlers, they offer you so much. So, you know what I mean? I use creative wrestlers and I wrestle against creative wrestlers in creative arenas for created titles. That's what I do in WWE 2K23. In this game, you're not doing that because you can't create titles. And your creative wrestlers, you can create arenas. And I might do a whole nother video on that. I already did a video on that, but it's kind of brief. But anyway, the gameplay is definitely highly enjoyable. You can customize your controls. I really think this game is a game you can enjoy. But as far as giving an overall rating, like 1 through 10, I don't think I'm quite ready for that. I will tell you this, because I haven't explored the game enough to go full out and say, look, this game is a 8, this game's a 7. I'm not ready for that yet because I got to explore a lot more of it. But if I was to guess right now I'm leaning towards the game overall. I'm talking about everything. The creative player is setting me back a little bit. So for that reason, I'm probably going like 6 overall. Gameplay, I'm going 7. Because there's still a couple of little minor things that I'm not really too into with gameplay, but 7 is a good enough number, I think. But right now, that's not my final review. That's kind of where I'm leaning at the moment. But like I said, it wouldn't be fair for me to say, hey, this game is, it's only this rating or that rating, because I haven't put enough work in yet for this game. But anyway, that's this video. I really hope this video helps people make a decision on whether or not they want to buy this game or not. Just take the key pointers that I put out, the gameplay, you know, that I'm going to put more gameplay videos out because maybe this might not be good enough. You might look at this and say, well, I didn't really learn enough with that video. You could look at some other ones too. I already have some on this game. Look at all of them before you make a decision, because this game is kind of hit or miss. It's kind of like one of those experiences where you're either going to, I feel like gamers are either going to love this game a lot or just not want to play it at all. That's kind of what I feel like when I play this game.